Bring back Brad.
Oh man. But yeah, Atticus. So we've been talking a lot about your acting, but I'm
Yeah, man.
curious to dive into Atticus Dean, the
Oh,
musician,
the quiet fella,
the quiet fella. Tell
the
me about
quiet
him.
dude.
When did he come about?
He was spawned many moons ago, many moons. Um, so music. Let me talk to you about music real quick. I was brought up and raised in a family that you know cared a lot about music. It was such a huge part of our lives. And me and my brothers, I'm the middle brother of two. We all had aspirations to play bigger instruments. My older brother wanted to play guitar. My younger brother seemed to be obsessed with like trumpets and brass instruments. And I was heavily into drums. I wanted to be a drummer. Like that was the goal. I didn't want to be an actor when I was a kid growing up into my teens. I wanted
Oh,
to be a rock drummer. I thought that was just the coolest thing in the world.
nice.
And I found that I had a knack for it. The deal was that we each needed to learn piano. We had a very old piano in the house I grew up in,
Okay.
and we all had to take lessons in order to eventually earn whatever instrument we wanted to
Ah,
from our parents. And we always kind of like grew up resenting it. It was just like kind of year after year
yeah.
of taking lessons and hating taking lessons and hating any sort of schooling in that regard.
Yeah.
Theory, like put a bullet in my head. I just couldn't handle it. But I couldn't deny that I was falling in love with the piano. I was
Hmm.
really forming a deep connection with that instrument. And then by the time I got to, I think I was 14 when I got my drum set finally, and pretty much dropped the piano. I was like, well, fuck that. I did my time. It's time to bang some shit out and become this guy. I'm gonna be a drum guy now.
Hmm.
And it was great. I was in a band with my older brother. We played shows all throughout high school, a little bit outside of it. I was in whatever dance band was in my high school as well, and just had a blast. Like
A
it was
dance
just
band?
yeah. We were like there's like junior dance band, senior dance band. Like every assembly or like school function, these big bands would play. We'd all play like Tower of Power
Like a marching
songs
band.
and sort of, but we'd play funk music for the most part, and it was a
Okay.
blast.
Interesting.
Um, and then by the time I, graduated and the band kind of, I mean, we weren't a band anymore. We disbanded. Heyo. Uh, I was
Are you sure you're
feeling
not a comedy writer? Is this
I mean, okay, honestly, with the jokes I've been using, I shouldn't be, and I'm glad I'm not. Um,
there's
but
a market for that. There is an audience for that.
yeah, I think so. Anti-humor, anti-humor. I want to be Uncle Humor. Okay, that's it. That's the last one. Um, so I felt the pang, the lust back for what the piano is able to offer, and that was just there's only so much actual music you can make out of a drum set. For the most part, you're accompanying things.
Not
But
like Dave
the
Grohl.
hey, well, he picked up a guitar. It's cheating. And just like me, I went back to piano
Hmm.
and
Fair.
found that it was just like it was what we talked about earlier. It was scratching an itch, and it was this level of creative output and putting your
Hmm.
imagination on display and just feeling it
Yeah.
that I just fell back in love with. And then about yeah, I guess like 4 or 5 years ago, decided to just start recording. Decided to just like I couldn't tell you how many times my mom would like listen to me play piano and be like, you should write music scores or something because that stuff I just found so influential. Also, go figure.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm making piano music that sounds a lot like what would be in movies. Haha, my two things I love so much. Wow, so fucking predictable. But I then started to record, and that was like a whole other level of
Hmm.
investment and kind of reward
Was
that
this was
came from
this
this
your
instrument.
that Sonder album?
Yeah, the first thing I ever did, yeah, was an album called Sonder that I recorded on. I had bought a piano that year and decided to get a bunch of mics and just put stuff out there for the sake of putting it out there.